Good morning, students. In today's video, we will discuss about poem number 4, Childhood, written by Markus Natten from the book Hornbill. But before taking up this poem, let's know something about the poet. Markus Natten, very little is known about the poet, and what is known is that he was a Norwegian poet. Norwegian means he belongs to which country? Norway. And this poem was originally written in Norwegian language and later translated into English. Through this poem, the poet has tried to find out when he lost his childhood. And he also wrote that people don't live the lives that they preach. Let's have a brief introduction of the poem. Yes, my dear students, have you ever wondered where you all have lost your childhood? The poet also has the same question. He believes that he has lost the innocence and purity of his childhood to some unknown and unforgettable place. Through his poem Childhood, the readers are confronted with the question as to when and where have we lost our childhood. The answers lead to self discovery. Let's move to the poem. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven couldn't be found in geography and therefore could not be was that the day? So we can see the poet is curious to know when he lost his childhood. Then he tries to find out the answer of his own question. He feels it was perhaps that day when he discovered the theories of heaven and hell, and that geography didn't provide him any information about the existence of such places. It means these places, they are just the imaginary places, they don't exist in reality. And education has made the poet look at the world differently with more reason and logic. So the poet feels that probably he had lost his childhood when he had acquired rational thinking towards his surroundings. Second stanza. When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and praised of love, but didn't act so lovingly. Was that the tea? Students, in second stanza also, the poet continues raising the same question, that is, when he lost his childhood. Then poet figures out, he understands that the adults around him didn't practice what they usually preached. It means there was difference in their words and actions. They said one thing and did something else. They taught others to be loving and caring when they themselves were violent and mean. It means at this stage he changed his perception about the adults, about the grown ups, and realized that appearances are deceptive. That's why we should not judge anyone by his or her outer appearance. This is when the child lost his trust and faith in the adults, and he realizes that probably the loss of faith and trust in adults might have been the major steps towards losing his childhood. When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine, to which to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people, but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? The poet in the third stanza says, when he was growing up, then he realized his mind was powerful and it could take its own decisions. It means he started realizing that his mind was not affected by others. It was not influenced by the ideas of others. He could think his own. His own opinions and thoughts have earned him individuality, free from the biased notions of others. It means this was the stage when he realized his sense of individuality. He started realizing that he was unique from others, he was different from others. And this is when he thinks that his individuality and experiences have taken away the childhood from him. Let's move to the next danger. Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that is hidden in an infant's face. That is all I know. Students, in this stanza, you can easily notice that now the question is shifted from when to where. And in the last stanza, he regrets at the loss of his childhood, and he realizes that uh, his he has lost his childhood, and his childhood has gone into some forgotten place. It can be found in an infant's face. Infant means small kid. The last lines can be interpreted as that the childhood is a lost memory. We recall the fantasies and the moments associated with it, but at the same time, it is the harsh reality that those moments can't be relived. The innocence and childhood both are irrevocably lost, and now they are replaced by the cunningness. Cunningness because of the influence of the worldly affairs. So, poetic devices used over here are rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme used in the poem for first stanza only is A B B C C D, and for the rest, my dear students, you will find yourself. Then second device is refrain. It is a group of phrase which is repeated in the poem, and those phrases are, when did my childhood go? Was that the day? Alliteration, it is the repetition of the consonant sounds. Out of these, in my mind, and whichever way alliteration is used, but for the time and thoughts that the time, no doubt letters are repeated, but the sound is quite different. The t, and in thoughts that also letters are same but sound is quite different. So for your convenience, summary of the poem is also mentioned over here. Just read it out. So, this is all about the poem Childhood. Thank you. Have a nice day.